Hi everyone, so today I have two new sets that Die Press has brought to HSN for the August Craft Day. They are it says Stamp and Die Slim and Cutout Seasonal Sentiments. Quite a mouthful on that one. And then we have Haunted Borders, Stamp and Die Haunted Borders. And I thought these might pair together really well, so I'm going to put them together in this video. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. So thanks for using those if you would like. And I'm always updating the links, ahead of and right around there, the craft day, because sometimes some things are available and some aren't available until the craft day actually launches. But I'll always keep a running list there for you guys of the Die Press items. And so, I saw in the email blast a little something about these guys, and I think it's very interesting because not only are they letters, right, they're words, you have the letters, is that you can cut them into your paper. You don't have to use the individual letters if you want to use it in a different way. You can do it either way, right? So you have the letters, spell out your words, or you can cut them into your paper, and I'll show you what that means in just a second here. So here they're showing, the accent pieces that go along with it. We have all these different little dies that'll cut the, blessed to know you, or so very blessed, or simply blessed, right? So we have the word, the letters, and then the extra bits. And, you can play with these within each other and try to come up with some different words. That'd be really fun. We have pumpkin, hey there pumpkin, pumpkin season, hello pumpkin, autumn blessings, autumn greetings, autumn wishes. So the word blessed, pumpkin, and autumn are on these larger dies, so are along with grateful, season, thankful, and spooky. So you can pair them up like spooky fun, spooky greetings, simply thankful, beyond thankful, season of gratitude, season of thanks, truly grateful, grateful for you, simply grateful, all these different ways that you can play around with those. And so these are some sizable dies, and I thought that they would pair with the borders in a fun way. So that's why I brought them together. Like the word autumn here, it is almost 5 inches long there, and it's about 2 inches in the height. And so I'm assuming these are about the same, 1 3/4-ish. This one looks a little bit shorter, 1.5. The word spooky is more of a 2-inch, which is under there. And of course the width of them are different depending on the wording. Then you have your pieces here, and it does come with your acrylic stamp set, again, to finish off your sentiment. And it does have a cutting folder for the marquee, but you can put these dies through any machine that cuts thin metal dies. They are all interchangeable. And then this one, the border set, I thought would be really cute, maybe pairing up a border with some of the words. Of course, these are, the pumpkins can be very seasonal for just like fall. They're a little more geared towards Halloween. So let's check this guy out. And so we have the elongated cutting folder. Of course, we have these guys. I'm assuming these are about 8.5 inches or so. Yeah, 8.5 inches long. So it's like for a slimline. Of course, you can cut them wherever you like if you want to make it shorter for a different kind of card. Again, 8.5. And so we have the spider webs, we have the kitty cats, and they do cut out completely. And then the little pumpkins. And what's cute about the little pumpkins, well, actually the cats too, I suppose, they have little faces. So like little kitty cats, they have these little faces. And then the pumpkins, or jack-o'-lanterns at that point, you can cut out and then stamp is what I would do, so you know where to place them. And then you have like this little fun stars, trick or treat, hello pumpkin, happy Halloween, again acrylic stamp set there. And it's showing you here just what you might want to do with that. And again, they are showing black with like the green stamping. I don't know that you could get that on something with a black background, but there are neon colors nowadays, or neon like glow-in-the-dark inks and things like that. That'd be really fun. But it would have to definitely be like a pigment ink if you're wanting it to show up on black backgrounds, or what's the word? Embossing powder, right? Embossing powder in different colors will definitely show up. And then we have the little faces. They just stamp them in black on orange background of the jack-o'-lanterns, and then your spider webs, and then the stamping there that you have. So we're simply going to get right to it. What I'm going to do is grab some paper. I'm going to cut this into the paper to show you what I mean, and then we'll play with some of the borders, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do is make my own slimline card, and then some topper pieces that we're going to use to do the inlay of the words, or whatever word I choose, and then we'll do the borders also. Let's have some fun with those. So I just have a white card base here, or A2 size piece of paper that I'm going to make a card base out of. And since this is A2, it's already 8.5 for us in one direction, but we need it to be 8.5 by 7. So we scored at 3.5. So 7 inches here. I'm going to have a piece that lays over that, and I like matte layers to be a little smaller. So this is 8.5. It's just a scrap of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and make it 3 3/8, a little bit smaller than 3 3/8, because I think I'm going to top it with that black piece of paper there. So just a little bit smaller than 3 3/8, because I like to be able to put the piece of paper that's going to be right on top without having like, oh, a little bit of this green is showing on the backside, you know, like on the left or right or whatever. So on the 8.5 part, I'm going to go a little bit smaller than 8 3/8. Okay. So we have those two. And then the topper piece, I'm going to inlay my wording into just this black paper. And again, 3 3/8, legitimately 3 3/8 by 8 3/8. So we're just cutting the smallest bit off this other side here. Just trying to get it straight. Okay, those are my base pieces. I'm going to score my card base at 3.5 on that 7-inch side. So 8.5 by 7. On the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 3.5. It does go off my board, but I'll just do that. And hopefully this lines up again. I've noticed on this board, whenever I turn it to the other side, it's a little bit off. So I'm just going to line it right there just to get that little bit scored right there. Okay. And just lay this over the top. I just kind of hold it tight to make sure I get a good lined up edge. You guys, I was like, oh, and then we have our piece, and this is smaller, and that's okay because some of this is not going to show anyway, so that's okay that I cut this incorrectly. But I thought, is this too long? And actually, this paper is a little over 8.5, which is odd. So I'm going to trim a little bit off of it because it should already be 8.5. But anyway, this one was cut perfectly. But as you can see, like it just is a little bit longer than 8.5. Weird. All right. Okay, so I will bring out the dies and we'll get started. Okay, so we're gonna use something Halloween-y. So let's do pumpkin. Maybe we'll do like a pumpkin or something. And just looking at this, I'm gonna hopefully have the little webbing at the top, maybe the little pumpkins down here, something like that, if that all fits. So should we put that right in the center? Over here, then we have that with maybe hay. Okay, so let's just put that like right there. And I'm totally eyeballing this. You can definitely make this a shaker if you would like. What I'm trying to do is just cut the lettering into the background, or you can just use the letters, right? But for right now, I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back. Run that through. We're going to have this pushed into our background, and then we're also going to have the lettering if you want to use that later, but what I'm interested in is this right here. And then we have all our letters. Like I said, you can use that on a different card and another way. Okay guys, so if you wanted to shaker this, just put some acetate behind it, just like I'm going to do with this, but I'm using this and not the acetate. Now, I cut the piece of paper to go across the whole thing because I didn't know what wording I was going to use, and so I didn't know how much was going to show, but you basically just need to cover the back of that. It didn't have to be the whole paper there. Oh my gosh, how cute. And then we'll have a little something here. Oh, I do want to make mention, you do want to keep some parts of your cutouts. So like for the P, these little pieces that go in the center of your lettering, okay? So I'm just going to glue this straight down, and that is what I will do. And actually, I'll probably even cut some of this green paper off. Like, we don't need the whole thing, and hopefully I don't cut it in a way that, just use that for something else. Okay, so for right now, I'm basically just gluing down this green one, really focusing that everything has glue really close by the letters, and then all in your lettering area. And I'll be right back. Good. And if you want to wipe off any extra, you can definitely do that. And again, I'm just gonna put this back here. I'm just gonna hold that for a second, and then I'll put in these little extra bits for the letters, the P. Good. And then I'm just gonna put a little glue here instead of putting it on that smaller piece, that die cut there. And if you look at your lettering, you can see that the P was made so that the flat side is facing to the left. I don't think it really matters that much, but if you're paying attention to that kind of thing so it looks perfect again, then that's what you have, that little flat side, right? On both of them. And I'm gonna make sure those are adhered well, and I'll be right back. From here, I'm just gonna stick this whole thing down. So I am going to put something flat on top though to keep everything down, since we have the lettering and the smaller parts and all that, so I just want to make sure everything's good to go. Have this guy here. I know I'm focusing on these things right now, but I know Die Press has a lot of cute sets with like skeletons, all kinds of cute things that you can fill in this area if you would like. That'd be really fun. Little die cut, little stamping something. I'm going to focus on the lettering and the borders today. So I'll have that, and then I always like to put something heavy on top just to keep everything down, and I'll place a machine on top of this and I'll be back. Let's see, I think I'm good. Just held that down. Looks really nice. All right. So I grabbed some paper really quickly because I'm going to go ahead and cut out the pumpkins, and I'm going to cut out the spider webs, just see if I can accent with those. And these are legit 8.5, you guys. So really, on a piece of paper that's A2 size, you're gonna have to cut it on the 11-inch side, or just a piece of paper that's a little bit bigger than 8.5 inches, because well, this is A4 size paper, so obviously it sticks out the edge quite a bit. This is A2 size, and it's gonna go right edge to edge, so you might miss a little bit at the very edges. So for me, I'm just going to cut paper down this way, and that orange scrap, since it's not a full piece of paper, I'm just going to put it at an angle to get the amount of paper I need for that to work. So that one, be careful with these guys, they're long dies. Again, I might cut off a little bit of the pumpkin, I might not, it's just very close. So for me on this one, I'm just going to angle it like this, and there's texture on this side of the paper. I want to stamp the faces, and I rather have less texture, so I'm going to die cut it from this side. And just trim that down, why not? I trimmed my nails the other day, you guys, and it's so hard to get things now. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm just gonna run these through, and again, we have an elongated cutting folder. I just used one that was in my stash, but you received one in your kit there. And I'm going to cut these guys out before we do our faces on them. So there's that. Run that through. Same thing with this guy, and I'll be right back. It's really detailed. Ooh, let's see. And I just used like a black paper that was sparkly, or something like vinyl-y looking. Some metallic paper would be really nice. Something that offset it from the black paper that's here. And look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. Okay, I'll be right back. This part's gonna be so much fun. I'll put this over here and grabbed our little stamp set, and I'm just gonna go for it. Generally when I stamp something like this, I want to use a little stamping block that is basically the size of what you're doing, so you have more control. So this one's really small, and I mean, that's gonna be good. Right there. So this guy's face is a little taller. If you want to use like VersaFine or some kind of like a pigment ink, then you can heat emboss it. For now, I'm just going to do this, and probably put the same face on this one. That. Oh, actually, I'll be right back. I mentioned following up with the chamois. I have been using it without the spray sometimes, and if you're not using the spray, to be honest, the ink really wants to stay on here, which is fine. Obviously, it's ink. But when you use the spray, I think it's just whatever is in there. When you rinse it off, it rinses out nicer than if you were just to wipe it down like I did, and then the ink wants to kind of stay. The chamois that Diamond Press put out are available on mydiamondpress.com, a pack of 2. So it's this guy and the pink one. Mine's pristine. I haven't used it yet. And that's what they have right now. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it. I'll try and remember to link it in the description box. And with mydiamondpress.com, you also have a discount code, VCDP. It's 10% off. It's my discount code. affiliate discount code. How about if that guy's like that, and maybe this guy's over here like this? And see, I'm just kind of being playful with it. I'm, you know, not even taking the time to like line it up, just kind of having fun with it. And oopsie, I'm gonna do them all in black. Oh, you know what? If you had embossing powder and did some in yellow, or that'd be really cute because it looks like they're lit up inside. Okay, so anyhow. I'm just gonna finish these little guys off and I'll be back. That was so fun and super easy. Like just boom, boom, boom. I think I'm just gonna leave them like that. Well, you know what? Let's pop these guys up and then we'll leave this one flat and then our sentiment will also be popped up. But what I'm gonna do with that is pop it up with some dimensionals that are a little less thick. So I have these guys here and I'll just pop a couple dimensionals behind each one. You know, strategically, and take the carriers off and all that, and I'll be right back. Actually, I have black adhesive. I should have probably used that. I'll be right back. So I just put some little dimensionals all across that. Again, some little lower profile ones, and I just want that to be right down here before I stick anything down or really push. I'm trying to see where they end up. That looks really cute. Oh my goodness. And then this part, we're just going to glue it down. So I'm just going to put glue across the top just to make sure that has a good amount, and then the rest of the glue I'm going to place on the back of my hand, kind of spread it out just a little bit, and then dip 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 all across here, try to get some of that glue everywhere, and then I'll place it across the very top, pretty much where the matte layer is, I suppose, but it does go all the way across where my matte layer ends a little bit. Got a little goopy, okay. What happens is when I press it down, I don't have a paper towel with me right now, but I will grab a paper towel and just kind of push on this, and I'll be right back. To show you what I mean by that is I'll just smooth this, and it helps pick up some of the extra glue. Now, don't leave it there because then it's going to glue down, but you just put it on there, and it helps you pick up some of that little extra glue. And I'll let that set up, and we'll move right along. Okay, looking good. How cute. So, let's see what we have with our sentiments. You know, when I read over the sentiments, as far as going through them, I showed you the examples, and there are more words than what is there at the example. So we have hello, simply, beyond, greetings, of gratitude, blessings, fun, wishes, hey there, season, to know you, you know, so blessed to know you, truly blessed for you, of thanks, so very. So, I mean, there's just different ways to play with these wordings, even with the die cuts, right? So very blessed to know you, or whatever it is. But there are more words in here than in the examples that I showed on the inspo sheet. So let's do hey there. That'll be cute. We have a hello pumpkin, you know. Hey there sounds really adorable. And I'll just stamp it in black ink. Oh, let's say maybe purple. That'd be fun, huh? Let me grab purple. So let's just bring in a little purple. Why not? So acrylic stamps, again, just, you know, lightly kind of put that on there. You don't want to push down too hard, but I give it a moment to really suck in that ink and we're good to go. So hey there, and then let's see which die. Oh, these are all so cute. Let's go with this one. Oh, this is, let's go with this one. And then of course you can put it in whatever direction you would like. So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm eyeballing up and down, left to right, what I feel is might be centered. That looks pretty good, right? Maybe a little something like that. Maybe a little lower here. All right. And there and here. I'll run that through and I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. And I'm just going to pop on some dimensionals on here that are a little higher than the ones I use down here. So here we have our sweet little card, and I think I'm just going to pop this like right here. I mean, it can be in here too, but I'm just going to put it out a little further. And looking that straight. That looks pretty good. So we have this sweet little hey there pumpkin. It already has a lot going on. I brought these guys out because I thought, well, we can add some little dots or something. Maybe more of the green. Oh, let's mix green and maybe purple. So let me pop these guys out. I'll be right back. I have these guys here again. These are a little jelly-like, so definitely, you know, take care when you're taking them off of here if you're pushing against them. I'm just gonna do a little something because we already have this pretty filled out. So I'm just gonna grab like these little guys, maybe that one, and a couple of smaller purple ones. Yep, there we go. Cute. And maybe I'll add some on this other bottom side over here. Oh, it looks like little potion bubbles. How cute is that? There. And just two more. Little purple guys. I always like to do them, oops, sorry, about the same. But if I did two or three, you know, on the other side too. So, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Die Press, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links as available in the description box. Sometimes some things become available before others, and you know, I like to get my videos going, so I will link those when they're available there, and I'll see you all at the next one. Before I go, I was going to take pictures. I want to show you, when you have your lettering and you want to line it up nice and straight, I don't know if I have a piece of paper here that's nice and straight, but let's pretend this would fit on here, okay? What I would do is just line it up somewhere on your grid or wherever you have some kind of ruler. Obviously, like I said, this paper is not straight, but I have these T-squares. They're super inexpensive. I found on Amazon long ago, and so I would just put those there wherever it is that you want your lettering to be, right? And it bumps up against here and it makes it really nice and square. And then you can just put your lettering there. At least it gives you a better idea of what you're doing. And whenever I use my wordings, and hopefully you have a word that has, you know, odd number of letters. So I'll start with the middle one and then build out. So let's see. Well, I'm not doing that here, but let's pretend I would put the middle one down and then go this way and go the opposite way. And that's how I usually get them to be more lined up. But yeah, so I would definitely use something like this. And then, you know, your spacing left and right, you can use the ruler if you'd like, or just eyeball it at that point. But I always start with the center one and then build out and then use a T-square so they're nice and straight. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.